All right. How is it coming? How's it going? My magnificent sons of bitches. I even botched on this AEW wrestling video, so it's kind of like a thing for AEW wrestling to botch, I guess. Seems to be exactly what they do a lot in AEW. So apparently, according to this article, that the AEW wrestling, after the CM Punk shoot, whatever, people call it a work, people call it a shoot, people call it real, it doesn't fucking matter. After the fucking drama, this is what we get right now. We get a 0.38 rating, which I think it was up to like a 1 million point 35, 035, 1,035,000 or something like that. This is some stupid number that wasn't even close to being relevant. It wasn't even close to Raw. They didn't even get close to Raw. Raw had a 0.58, I think. And so, ultimately, whenever you look at the spectrum of AEW and what it's really accomplished, it really hasn't accomplished anything. And ultimately, AEW hasn't even had the success of like a TNA Impact or any other, even fucking ECW back in the 90s. It's kind of embarrassing at the end of the day. So we can see right here, this is like a wrestling dirt sheet of some sort where, you know, they cover wrestling because they have no life, and most people who watch AEW wrestling or the wrestling product today probably have very little of a life. And, you know, ultimately the whole damn product is dying off. What are you going to do? There's not any real excitement. I do like some of the stuff that WWE is attempting to do. I think that NWA is still by far the best product out there for anybody who really wants wrestling, traditional wrestling. I say go to NWA. I haven't watched the product since 2017. I haven't watched any product since 2017. But AEW was supposed to come out, and it was supposed to create this buzz around wrestling and get people to watch it. It was supposed to go ahead and go head-to-head with WWE. And of course, that never came to any kind of real fruition. Yeah, they had the network on TNT, and they've had, you know, a lot of people that nobody know come out and pretend to wrestle right now in their pajamas and shit. And then come out and cut lackluster promos. I can tell you exactly why your fucking company is failing. We'll go here. And this is some of their most savage moments. So this is some of their best promos that they have to offer. And, you know, ironically, you know, everybody likes to hate on Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston is by far your best fucking talent on AEW. I don't care what anybody says. I damn sure don't care what the AEW fans say, because we can see that you don't have the potential to draw anything higher than a 0.38 at this fucking point in time. So let's just go ahead and look at these savage moments and see, because we know that everybody shows you the botch fests. These are supposed to be the best moments, the highlights of AEW wrestling have to offer. So let's go ahead and listen to some of these promos.
Drink or did a drug in your life, have you, Brian? Stick with this long enough until you gotta join the program with Moxley. On this microphone.
And we see how generic that is. That's a generic promo. With that, if you saw that, and I meant, first off, nothing personal. I know that a lot of people like Jericho, but Jericho's always been kind of a mid-carder anyways. And seeing Jericho come out and deliver a promo like this, is it going to make you want to watch it? Just from this segment, this is supposed to be the greatest burns. This is supposed to be your greatest. This is supposed to be your, you know, your Mount Everest of fucking promos right here.
In that ring, even in commentary, nobody can touch me.
I'll give CM Punk this. He can definitely talk. He definitely breaks the monotony that you're going to see a lot in this video. But
this mic and in this ring, even in...
But I mean, hell, you just ripped off your own shit. I mean, that's like retweeting your own tweet kind of there, Phil.
Commentary! Nobody can touch me! Changing to my gear and wrestling tonight!
And it's always this kind of monotone, squeaky fucking soprano, and I don't mean the character soprano, like fucking the octave fucking soprano. hey, yeah, you guys are not good. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing with Jericho, MJF. They have this squeaky, fucking annoying voice. Does everybody have to have this voice? Does everybody in the goddamn company, can't you have somebody have more of a little bit of a masculine voice? Everybody's that squeaky sounding like Lucille Ball crying at fucking Ricky Ricardo. And personally, myself, MJF is way overrated, and I'll get into why, but we'll fucking... Is that what you want? I didn't know you were dumb.
Been a while, Regal. It's good to see you.
And you see, you can't really tell any difference between, I mean, just a little bit of a change. You know, fucking Jericho's a little bit lower, but it's still the same high-pitched, squeaky shit.
Quite frankly, I thought you'd be dead by now.
Oh.
You've been fired from every company you ever worked for. Oh, this is MJF's hometown. Yes. Oh, wait a minute. That's all you got? Man, Chicago is so much louder.
When we get cheap heat, now I want to go ahead and go into the MJF Buffalo shit, but this is cheap heat. That's what this is. It's certainly not going to get me interested. It's kind of fucking boring, to be honest with you.
Somebody call Barry Trotz. I figured out why the Islanders have yet to win a game in this building. To me, if that's your guy and that's who you back, you're all chicken shit. You're not going to be wrestling somebody who's going to dress up as a goat.
And then we go back to the squeaky fucking shit. You're not going to be wrestling somebody who's dressed up as a goat. Okay, whatever, fuck.
Buster on Halloween. I'm coming to kick some ass. When I won the World Championship at WrestleMania, I wrestled the very next day.
You bubble-headed, ugly-ass, less talented.
Oh, and then we go to cringe city, right? Generic. You listening to Brandy Rhodes read off some generic ass fucking Twitter posts she made, basically.
Version of Paul Heyman.
And I mean, this is the deal: is that fucking Brandy Rhodes is basically, basically doing a stereotypical fucking version of, nothing personal, a black woman. She's doing a fucking stereotypical version and doing a horrible job at it, to be honest with you.
I actually prefer Jim Cornette.
When's the last time you got beat up by a woman and didn't have to pay for it?
And I'm sorry, the delivery, everything, and the bad thing is she was making like what, $2 million a year? Holy fuck!
So you're a black belt? Well, I'm a black bitch.
And then here we go. You're reading a tweet. You're reading a fucking tweet. That's what it is. I guarantee you somebody probably tweeted this to her ass. She goes, "That sounds good. I'm gonna use it tonight in the show." Okay. It just generic. This is all sounds fucking generic.
Man, I got tired of listening to you crying, bitch.
It all sounds generic. This is all sounds generic. I mean, you got this promo.
And I realized why I'd never heard of you before. It's because you look.
I'll tell you, but this guy right here, Eddie Kingston, is like the only motherfucker that can deliver a fucking promo. He's the only one with any believability. He's the best motherfucker on their roster, to be honest with you. Definitely the most slept on. Dan Lambert, fucking Eddie Kingston, this is what wrestling's about. Fucking Eddie Kingston has the look of being a brawler. He can deliver a good line. He has that I don't give a shit attitude, that don't back down attitude, that could be an anti-hero. Even though he's probably one of the most disrespected and hated people in AEW, because the fucking audience is generic. It's a generic audience. You know what I'm saying? It's cookie cutter people trying to put in an effort to watch this bullshit. However, with that being said, we come back to MJF. Everybody's like how great MJF is. MJF is definitely overrated. Does he have talent? He has the ability. He has the charisma. Still very fucking monotone. To me, personally, with him on them damn skinny jeans, watching MJF come out there and cut a promo like this, he's kind of like, to me personally, as if Ric Flair banged Richard Simmons, you would get MJF. That's exactly he's fucking between fucking Richard Simmons and fucking Ric Flair. And so, I see him come out, and I see him cut lazy promos, kind of. Comes out in a Josh Allen. I wouldn't care. I'm not a big Bills fan, but, I respect the Bills as a team. 4 fucking Super Bowls. he comes out, does a promo, right? And this shows you how lazy the fucking organization and the company is. This is a guy you're trying to get over. This is a guy that gets a lot of buzz. This is a guy that your fucking fan base, your marginalized fan base, is excited about. So this is going to be one of the guys that is going to come out there and promote your company, is MJF. So he comes out and he gives a lazy promo. I'm just going to be honest with you. The whole fucking company's lazy. There's very little fucking effort in this shit. And he comes out and does a Buffalo Bills. Oh, the Buffalo Bills suck. They're the worst team in the NFL. It wouldn't take a little bit. It wouldn't take that much to do a little bit of effort and to understand that, of course, the Bills are not the worst team in the NFL. You're giving this to the Buffalo crowd. They already know that they're, potential Super Bowl contenders anyways. And so they understand this. That's laziness. If you would have, this is how I would have done it. If you would have had a manager, somebody in charge of creative that say, look, MJF, you want to get a lot of heat with the Bills. Let me go ahead and tell you how you go ahead and get a lot of heat with the Bills. I would have MJF come out in a Washington Redskins jersey. Or no, in a New York Giants jersey. I'd have him come out in the New York Giants jersey. It'd be the New York Giants jersey number 1. MJF comes out, oh, I'm in Buffalo. Oh, I see. You're all booing me because I got the New York Giants jersey on. Oh, yeah, but it's number 1. And, I believe y'all lost the Super Bowl to them by 1 point, actually. So he takes off the New York Giants jersey and underneath his Washington Redskins jersey. And it's 0-4, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, this is 0-4. That's how many Super Bowls you won, 0, and this is how many you've lost, 4. And then he takes off the, after he's done trolling, he takes that off, and it's the Dallas Cowboys jersey, right? The blue one, right? He's wearing a blue Dallas Cowboy jersey, and it has the number 2 on it. Oh, okay, yeah. You probably have a bad history with this team, too. That's how many times this team beat you in the Super Bowl. So then he takes that, and it's a white Cowboys jersey, and it's the number 13. And he looks down and he goes, oh, yeah, I forgot. I had the shirt on. 13, that's the number of seconds that it took you to lose and not go to the AFC Championship game last year. So, then that would have been great heel work. You know what I'm saying? It would have took that little bit of effort to understand the history of the Bills to come out and really go ahead and get some real-time heat, not just coming out and doing the flagrant, the Buffalo Bills suck. Everybody's acting like, oh, that's the greatest thing ever, ha 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 ha. Not really. It's generic. It was generic whenever I saw it, and a lot of the shit for AEW is generic. There's no real vision in that company. There's no real creative, and whenever you look at these promos, whenever you hear this shit like this, yeah, this is generic.
And that full gear, the inner circle will drop you faster than your last fight. You want someone to bite? Bite this.
See how generic these fucking
November
promos
13th,
are?
my schedule is wide open. None of you even have the balls to take me on.
Well,
Maybe you can put it on your OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, that's where it fucking belongs. OnlyFans shit on Twitter, shit on your little social media program. Because it certainly doesn't belong on fucking TNT. It doesn't belong on a fucking network. You're taking up space that could be given to fucking NWA, who would probably take the sport a little bit more seriously. So it looks like, yeah, this media scrum did not do anything for the fucking ratings. I don't know what tonight's ratings are going to be. And, yeah, it's very low effort. I don't see that this company will be... with Discovery merging with HBO Max, would you want this product on there? Or would you rather give this to somebody like Billy Corgan and see what they could do with it? I would probably rather go with NWA. They have the prestige, they have the name recognition, than AEW. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, if it's, like I said, if it's a work, it's stupid. It's dumb. It's for these little indie smarky fans that failed to produce any kind of real-time ratings. And if it's real, then it's dysfunctional. It's absolutely fucking dysfunctional. Makes no fucking sense whatsoever. And, yeah, that's it. It's not really producing any kind of quality. So, you people tell me what you think. What do you think of AEW Wrestling? Like, sub, do the shit YouTube. Follow on Twitter, whatever the fuck you do on Twitter, friend. Follow on Twitter. friend on Facebook, whatever the fuck. Do the things that the social media networks tell me to do to get over. And for now, I'm out.